Another shocking retirement. The Niners lose starting right tackle Anthony Davis, who's calling it a career at just 25 years old. The former first-round pick made the announcement earlier today saying, quote, "I'm simply doing what's best for my body as well as my mental health at this time." Davis started all 71 games he appeared in over the last 5 seasons.
Well, Anthony's been working on himself right now. That's what he's been doing. And look, Anthony wants to step away. He wants to get his mind and his body right, and that's where he wants to go, and he's every right to do that. We wish him the best.
All right, that new Niners head coach, Jim Tomsula. Welcome to NFL Total Access. I'm Dan Hellie, and here is the list of the lost Niners, and it is extensive. Take it out. Frank Gore goes to Indianapolis. Mike Iupati to the Cardinals. Michael Crabtree across the bay. Chris Borland retiring at just 24 years of age after one season in the NFL. Justin Smith had a great career. He's calling it quits as well. Patrick Willis also retiring. And the big surprise today, Anthony Davis, the latest 49er to retire. For more on this situation, let's send it over to Amber and the guys.
Got a couple of NFL veterans with me, former Bear Curtis Conway and Jamie Dukes, former Falcon, to talk about this. And as Dan just pointed out, Chris Borland, early retirement at just 24 years old. Now we see a 25-year-old on the same team, and Anthony Davis announced his retirement, he says, at least for a year or two until he gets his mind and his body right. These are big losses for the 49ers, and they have a brand-new head coach in Jim Tomsula. Jamie, how do they fill these holes?
I'd love to be optimistic and say they do, but on that list that they're showing there, there's actually a total of 14 guys that are not going to 14.
The whole roster's overturned.
Right, yes. 14 people. And then you turn around and you add the coach who has led this team to 3 consecutive NFC Championship appearances prior to last season. So sometimes the answer is, this may not happen this year. It's going to be a long-term build. And I see with everything else that's happening in the division, this is going to be more of a long-term build because you can't – all these guys we're talking about are Pro Bowl players.
Yeah. And that was a big-time defense as well. Those big names like Patrick Willis. Those are the reason they went to those NFC Championship games, and now they're gone. But on offense, Curtis, they want Colin Kaepernick to step forward this year. This is a big year for him to live up to. And now he's got his right tackle gone, Michael Crabtree, he's got Frank Gore gone.
Iupati's gone,
how does he take that step forward with all of these losses?
You know, it's going to be tough. You talked about Anthony Davis now retiring. That's huge when you use your best offensive lineman. I mean, you're talking about a guy that helps you sleep at night when you have to play on Sundays to protect you. And any quarterback will tell you when you lose an offensive lineman, you're starting to look around and see who do we have to replace him. And you know if there's a guy on your roster that can replace him or not. A name we didn't talk about was Jim Harbaugh, also being a comfort blanket for Colin Kaepernick. He's no longer there. So the interesting thing for me is going to be, how does Colin actually respond to all this?
Yeah, Jim Harbaugh was the guy that made Colin Kaepernick. He made that decision over Alex Smith to do that.